2022 is here. Now, is it going to be a better year than 2021? I bloody well hope so. One thing's for sure though, it's already got off to an amazing start musically. Now, can it continue? This is my most anticipated albums of 2022, but it's also a tier list because we're doubling up over here, double trouble. So not only are we going to talk about what I'm excited about, but we're going to be talking about how excited I am. All right, let's get into it. Coming up very soon then, in fact, this Friday, we've got the new Earl Sweatshirt album. It's called Sick. It's got, super high level production. Alchemist is on there, Black Noise is on there. To be honest, I'm going to go highly anticipated. I'm going to go B for Earl Sweatshirt because his last couple of projects, man, they're heavy going and I appreciate it, but I have heard the one song 2010 which I liked a lot. I know he's released other songs which I've not listened to yet because I knew the album was coming. So I'm going to give it a B, but yeah, look out for the reaction either this Friday or in the next couple of days after. Talking of this Friday, this young man, Corday, is releasing his new album as well and the feature list is stacked. There's a track with Freddie Gibbs, Nas and Stevie Wonder on the same track. What the fuck? How is that even a thing? This young kid is going places. I really liked his last album. So to be honest, I'm extremely excited for this new project. I think it could really help kick off the year from a hip-hop point of view. It's crazy to think that he's now appearing above Earl Sweatshirt given the last 10 years, but this is just where I'm at. Boy, it's fucking Seagulls. Seagulls a big Earl Sweatshirt fan, obviously. Rounding up Friday's releases then, we've got the new project as well from FKA Twigs. I'll give it a listen. It'll get a reaction on the channel. I'm not too sure. I haven't gone back to Magdalene many times. I definitely appreciate her artistry and the kind of ethereal soundscape she conjures up. Is it something I'm going back to listening every single day? Not necessarily, but hey, could be surprised. It's just where I'm at. Right, we've got a bunch more to get through. Obviously, not all of these albums are confirmed, but, we don't know exactly what's going on. I am the prophet, but I'm not that much of a prophet. All right, let's kick things off in terms of the albums we don't know release date for yet, but we know are coming this year. But a young man who's actually got a track out this Friday as well, JID. I think everything this young man touches turns to gold. Interestingly, I saw he now has more monthly listeners than J. Cole. I think that is to do with that Imagine Dragons League of Legends song, which was obviously done crazy numbers on streaming rather than him having more fans. But it's good to see that he is making waves. I'm going to put his new project into extremely excited. It's almost up into the S tier, but it's not quite there yet. I really hope JID can fulfill his potential and actually, I think if he can, he may end up being the best artist on Dreamville. Just don't tell the Cole fans, they'll fucking kill me. Alright then, up next, 21 Savage with a new album I'm sure will be incoming this year. I think he is one of the most underrated artists out there because when's the last time he missed? When's the last time he didn't deliver on a feature? Those 2 songs that he put out the other day were also excellent. My only concern is, can he stretch that to a whole project? I think his last project was decent with good features and the mixture of the kind of harder, nastier trap beats and the other style of production he seems to be working on with all of the sort of soul samples and cut up samples like that. I'm hoping for another project on that level. I'll put it into B. I'm not exactly buzzing. I'm not exactly thinking about it every single day, but every single time I hear this guy, he is always coming through with some fucking vile lyric that really stands out. And he has now kind of established himself, I think, over the last few years of every single time just sort of upping his levels, and not resting on his laurels. 21. Actually saying that, if he doesn't have an ad-lib on his new album saying 22 Savage or 22, I'll be very disappointed. Coming in March then, I'm extremely excited for Denzel Curry's new project. Apparently he's not freestyled all the lyrics on this one, which is fine on his previous project Zoo, but I'm really excited about him getting back to actually writing some songs with some structure and substance, much like we're on Taboo. I saw him live just before the pandemic started, which feels like 10 lifetimes ago, in London, December 2019? What are years anymore? I don't even know. One of the most energetic, high impact live performers I've ever seen. He was out there like a super athlete, amazing. But he's backing it up with all of the different elements, the songwriting, the lyricism, like I said, the energy, the beat selection, cool features on this project. He's started to roll out nicely. So yeah, extremely excited. Really hope this one delivers and takes Denzel up to another level, where he should be, to be honest. He is an odd one. Travis Scott, obviously talking about Travis Scott is still a little bit uncomfortable at the moment, but if we can separate the music from everything else that's happened, and I think that you kind of have to for a video like this. I'm extremely excited for Utopia. I'm hoping that he delivers at a slightly higher level than some of the singles that have come out over the past couple of years. I think Mafia is the kind of direction I'd like to see the project go, but inevitably we're going to get tons of features that we don't know are there. We're going to get different soundscapes. I hope that it kind of evolves. I just bit my own lip. I can't believe it. I can't fucking Travis Scott. I hope that it evolves more than what we heard on Astroworld compared to his previous projects. I hope he kind of takes his soundscape in a different direction, because he is in danger of just kind of repeating the same tricks. And this can happen with artists when they're 3-4 albums into a career, whether they're rap, trap, rock, doesn't matter. When they kind of have all this energy and ideas at the beginning, but they don't really know how to iterate upon them. So I'm really excited about this project. I really hope it delivers, but it may just end up carrying on that same path for Travis Scott musically, which I think would be a bit of a shame. Alright, let's get to the big ones. There's no way that Kendrick Lamar's album can be anything other than S tier. I cannot wait. I don't think any of us can wait another day for this project, man. And seeing as suddenly all of these albums are now launching very, very quickly with very little rollout in January. I'm not necessarily talking about the weekend, but some of these other projects, like all the 3 coming out this Friday, it makes me feel like the industry might know something about early to mid-Feb. Because based on that website that suddenly appeared with rumours and noise coming out, even if it's a single, if I'm in the same industry, the same genre, or indeed other genres, then Kendrick Lamar, I am getting the fuck out of the way. It doesn't matter who it is. Literally, it doesn't matter who it is. Even all the way up to Drake, Kanye West. Get the fuck out of the way, because this will be the cultural moment in hip-hop in 2022. There's no two ways about it. Whether the album's amazing, whether the album's a massive disappointment, it will be like the fucking meteor hitting the ground in Don't Look Up. Oh, spoilers, there's a meteor in that film, or a comet or whatever. With all of these years, the pressure's on, man. The pressure is on to deliver. He came out with Smoke and Fire on the Baby Keem tracks, but now we need to hear a full project from him. Also, by the way, if you really want to dive into what was so special about Damn, I'd highly recommend signing up to the Mallory Brothers Patreon, and they've done a brilliant video on there, like an hour-long video breaking down every single track and why Damn is so good, so highly recommended. Right, we've got Nas, who's maybe releasing King's Disease 3 this year. I know I haven't done the Magic reaction yet. I'm getting a lot of comments. It will come. There's a lot of albums come out at the beginning of this year, and the back end of last year was too crazy. It will come. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. I'll put it in Give It a Listen just because I don't know if it's announced yet. I still haven't heard the previous project, and even though like I love the last couple of albums that he's put out, it's not something that I'm sitting there thinking about, talking about online. So I put it in to Give It a Listen, but that's more a way of me telling you guys I'm going to do that Magic reaction, so don't worry. Pusha T, I think as time's gone on since the whole Drake beef, I'm getting less and less excited, but I think as the rollout comes, I'll get more and more excited. At the moment, I'll put it into a C. I'll give it a listen because, again, it's something I'm not thinking about. But then, if I actually sit and deep it for a minute, Pusha T, produced by Kanye West, remember how good Daytona was? I mean, does Pusha T ever execute a not high level? I'll leave it in C for now. To be honest, these bottom 2 tiers, I mean, it's more about the top 3 tiers, isn't it? Considering it's my most anticipated albums of the year. But to be honest, I'm not too interested in whatever Eminem has coming out next. You know, I like that track that he did with Dr. Dre the other day, the gospel track. He was fine on that. And I think as features or singles, Eminem still has it. But considering his last couple of projects, just track after track after track, there's almost too much. I wouldn't mind hearing him put out like a 6-track, 7-track EP or something like that. I know the fans are going to come for me, but it is what it is. That's just how I feel at the moment. And you know how it goes with the Eminem fans. I won't back down. Okay, let's rattle through a few more here. I'll definitely give the new Black album a listen when that drops. I'll give the Saba project a listen. I really like Care For Me, but over time it's just kind of dwindled in my memory. So that's it. Yeah, I wouldn't put it all the way up into B, highly anticipated, but that's just where I'm at right now. We talked about Don't Look Up. Kid Cudi's been kind of on his acting thing for a while, but I'm definitely anticipating his new project, Intergalactic. I believe it comes with some sort of TV show or something like that. I'm not too worried about that side of things, but Man on the Moon 3 delivered. I think Passion, Pain, Demon Slaying is a really underrated album. I actually think that's one of the best projects in his back catalogue. So yeah, as long as he doesn't turn to rock music again, then I think everything should be okay here. Tanner Talk 4, I'm highly anticipating that from Benny the Butcher. Just a consistently brilliant artist. I mean, he almost puts out too much music that you can't really take stock of just how good he is, because there's never time to really sit with a project before the next one comes out. But you can't really hold that against an artist when he keeps delivering at this high level. Tanner Talk 4, with the producers involved, with that name, yes sir. Freddie Gibbs, SSS is going all the way to the top. You know I love Freddie Gibbs. The beef with Gunna is weird. I really do hope that Gibbs drops a diss just to see what happens. Just to see, not in terms of anything falling out in real life, of course, but just to see if there is a musical back and forth, because I don't think we've ever really had that before. Forgive me if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but like a more traditional, typical bars, lyrics, punchlines rapper going up against like a trap mumble artist. I don't like that word, but you know what I mean, just for the point of explanation. I don't think we've had that before where there's actually been songs released. Let me know if that's not the case, but I mean, there's only one result if it's actually going to be judged musically, but then again, Gunna's going to come through and probably sell a hell of a lot more than Gibbs, so there's that argument there as well. But you know, I can't wait for the album. The singles have been fantastic, all the producers involved. Let's go. Now, I'm highly anticipating the Joey Badass album. Obviously got a single out on Friday. I mean, if he can fulfill his potential, he could be spoken about at the same levels as the Kendricks and the Coles. I'm slightly worried we might get a little bit of anti-vax bullshit in this album, which scares me a little bit, but you know, what are you gonna do? Can't control these things. I highly anticipate the new A$AP Rocky album. This would probably be higher because I just love his back catalogue, but it just feels like it should have already come out. But you know, pandemic, innit? Pandemic, what are you gonna do? Everything this guy touches kind of turns to gold as far as I'm concerned, and you know, I want to see what he's wearing in the videos and in the rollout, and I want to hear what sounds, what directions he goes into with his sound. Come on, yeah, I'm actually building myself up. Can't wait for this record, actually. Schoolboy Q, I'll put it in C, which is a bit unfair because I think it will be a brilliant album, but it's not something that I'm thinking about. It's not something that I can't wait to hear. Maybe when the rollout comes or a new single, that would go high up, but that's just kind of where I am right now with the new project. It's not fully announced, you know what I mean? That doesn't mean I don't think it's going to be good. I think you know what I mean. Like, the final album from Brockhampton is highly anticipated from me. Obviously, Roadrunner is a fantastic project, possibly their best, perhaps missing some of the youthful exuberance of their early work, but a lot more heartfelt and at times really, really poignant with some of those tracks on there, like The Light. I do believe, given everything that they've gone through and they're labeling it as their final album, they will look to sort of topple Roadrunner and take it to another level. So I am really anticipating this record. Obviously, Brockhampton's been a big part of my channel as well. So yeah, let's go. Smino, I'll give it a listen. Really like what I've heard from Smino before, but it's not something I'm thinking about. Same goes with SZA, who I think is a fantastic R&B artist, but I just have to be honest, it's not necessarily my genre in the same way that some of this other stuff is. Just being real with you. But this is still my most anticipated albums of the year list. There's a bunch of albums that aren't even on here and a bunch of artists and a bunch of genres that aren't even on this video. Just remember that. Playboy Carti, I have to put it in, I'll give it a listen. Narcissist. You know, Playboy Carti is a funny one. I really enjoy doing those drunken reactions, and it will be another one. I mean, unless I decide to do a dry month when it comes out, but yeah, that'll probably change things anyway. And I really like being in the moment with it. But am I listening to Carti realistically outside of those album reactions? Not very often. I'm fucking old as shit. I'm not listening to Carti that much. I can't listen to it with my kids because there's way too much swearing and misogyny, and I'm not sitting there just listening to it when I'm trying to chill out or trying to appreciate lyrics. I think it would be hilarious to go to a Carti concert and be in the mosh pit with all the kids, but it is getting to the point where I can't be launching 16-year-olds at nearly 40 years old. It's just not fair. It's not fair to them. Right, new project from Conway. Again, I'll give it a listen. The guy is just super, super consistent, but much like Benny, he almost puts out too much work, but everything he puts out is of a high standard. Danny Brown, I am highly anticipating the Quarenta album, which I believe was revealed on Rough Criminal's interview with Danny, which is really cool, exclusive for Rough, Ruffy boy over there. You know, like Triple X, amazing album, Atrocity Exhibition, amazing album. Loads of people asked me to react to these. I actually, weirdly, was really into Danny Brown before I ever started reacting to music. I've always told you I've had like different hip-hop artists that I've just been fans of. I am a fan of, and Danny is definitely one of them, so I'm definitely anticipating whatever he has out next. His previous project really strong as well. In fact, I need to go back to that, so I'm not listening to that enough. That's on me. Couple of big ones to finish off then. Donda 2, I'm extremely excited if it happens, but I'm not excited about the inevitable being told it's coming out on Friday, organising my work day around it, and then it not dropping and sitting there and wasting my day and getting stressed and having missed out on... As a music reactor, as somebody who works in and around this space, bloody nightmare. Absolute bloody nightmare every time. Yay, nightmare. Jesus is King, nightmare. Yandy didn't even happen. Donda, nightmare, 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 nightmare. But Donda delivered as a project. If Donda 2 comes this year, you keep seeing him out there in the room with producers, with Hit Boys, in the room with the game, or he's in the room with Putin. Are we going to get a Putin feature on Donda 2? Maybe. I'm not too sure about that one. But yeah, come on. I'm always excited for Kanye West. Always excited for Kanye West. And, you know, his headlining Coachella. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? And finally, I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But Frank Ocean, it's been a while. His new project, I would love to be able to react date and date to a Frank Ocean project with you guys, much like Kendrick Lamar. I've not been able to do that yet. One of the only major artists I've not been able to do that for. So yeah, Frank Ocean, come on, he's been through a hell of a lot last few years. I don't think there should be any pressure on him to release music if he's not ready. But, you know, the Blonded Radio just came back. I think the fans... the fans are more than ready, but I feel like there's that bubble of anticipation, obviously with Corona coming down a little bit, although Omicron's out there fucking fighting hard, that it feels like a lot of these artists want to get these projects out there. So yeah, let's take a little look at my most anticipated albums of 2022 to finish off. In the S tier, it's Kendrick Lamar, it's Freddie Gibbs, and it is Frank Ocean. I'm extremely excited for Cordae, JID, Denzel Curry, Travis Scott, and Kanye West if it happens. I highly anticipate Earl Sweatshirt, 21 Savage, Cardi, Benny the Butcher, Joey Badass, ASAP Rocky, Brockhampton, and Danny Brown. I'm definitely going to give Twigs, Nas, Pusha T, Black, Sabbath, Q, Smino, SZA, Carti, and Conway the Machine a listen, and I'm not massively interested in the new Eminem album, and that's just the way it is. Guys, thank you very much. Let me know down in the comments your most anticipated record of 2022. What is it going to be, especially if it's not on this tier list, but either way is all good. If you're new around here and you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love it if you hit the subscribe button and hit a like on the video so it can be shown to more people. Guys, let's get it. 2022 is going to be our year. All right, peace.